right, man. Let's talk about Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia says um that Vergil Ortiz gives Boots Ennis trouble. Says Robert Garcia. Now he don't no longer train Vergil Ortiz, by the way. But all this shit people be saying be sounding good. But I just wish the handlers believe what the fighters and the trainers be saying. They ain't got to fight for no world title. They can fight for an interim title. They can fight for the get back championship of the world. Let's see it. I'm tired of people talking. I fight anybody and this, that, and the third. Then turn around and fight Get Back Johnson. You tired of hearing that shit, that cliche shit. I'll fight anybody. I'll do this. I'll do that. Nah, blissy, blah, blah, blah. Rah, rah, rah. You know what I'm saying? Then you turn around and fight nobody. We give them all type of trouble, man. I believe it. I believe it. Cool. Let's see it. But check out the Boxing News playlist, welterweight playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase chance of notifications. We go live drop video. It says Vergil Ortiz gives Boots Ennis trouble, says Robert Garcia. It says trainer Robert Garcia believes unbeaten Vergil Ortiz will give Jaron Ennis a lot of trouble when or if they fight. So he says the meme machine. Okay, that's my opinion. He said if you ask Boxing World, they're going to say Boots Ennis beats Vergil Ortiz because of skill. He got power. He's showing he's the real deal. Boots Ennis said trainer Robert Garcia, the young billionaire boxer, whoever that is. Shout out to you. Skill wise, he boxes great. He punches very, very hard. So 90% are probably going to say Boots Ennis. You can outbox him 6 or 8 rounds. Vergil Ortiz has power and that heart and that chin that you're going to have to kill him to beat him. So Vergil could only take one punch, one round to win the fight. Those are some tough guys to beat because they're not going to down easy, said Robert Garcia. He said, so Boots Ennis is going to have trouble with Vergil. Crawford, Spence, you name any welterweight will have trouble with Vergil because his style. Vergil is not going to give up. Vergil is going to be in shape to go 15 rounds. So you're not going to stop him. You have to knock him out to stop him. That's why I think people are probably going to pick Boots Ennis to be Vergil, said Robert said when asked about Ortiz's recent fight against Michael McKisson. I'm not going to say Vergil was trouble, but it wasn't his best performance coming off trouble that he had. He was sick. It was in the hospital. So it's a lot of that had an effect on his performance. So dude, and 90% of the people are probably going to pick Boots to beat Ortiz, but I just know that Boots Ennis has never been tested against a dog like Vergil. When Vergil goes in there and doesn't give up after 5 or 6 rounds, even though he's losing rounds, he's going to keep coming and coming. Boots Ennis is going to be in hell for the last 5 or 6 rounds, said Robert Garcia. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you get an exclusive inside information from Robert Garcia. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, I think he's the best trainer going right now, one of the best. And he know what he's saying. Loses them good chins, goes to the body, but he had a couple questionable performances due to health issues and being sick. Maurice Hooker fight. I think the Kavalaskis fight. One of them fights, they said he was kind of sick or whatever. And then he got he had the Rabdu that he had with against that fell out the first part of the McKisson, the first McKissick, supposed to be fight versus McKisson. So at the end of the day, if he getting all these sicknesses, these illnesses, and the Rabdu is supposed to be kind of a lot of CrossFit fighters, CrossFit athletes get it from just due to exhaustion. And if you ever seen CrossFit, only boxers I really know that did CrossFit for real was what's my man's name? Robert Garcia. I mean, not Robert Guerrero. And he never looked the same after doing CrossFit for real though. But he did the CrossFit and whatever, and he just didn't look. You just pretty much you working body parts to exhaustion. That's pretty much what it is. Everything you do is just to exhaustion. I mean, a form don't matter. None of that shit matter. You just working everything to exhaustion. Pretty much it. And that's why, the Rabdu come into place and If all that, if any of that got anything to do with his health and cutting the weight, then they need to cut that shit out immediately. They need to cut that shit out immediately. If they got anything to do with his health and making weight, bro, with him cutting the weight, because they gonna hurt that kid in the long run. It's just go up to 54 and do your thing. A title, winning a title at 47 ain't worth your health. If the weight cut got anything to do with it, but he getting sick and then the rap do and all that stuff. If that shit due to the weight cut, the best thing they can do, his father can do, is make him move up. That world title ain't worth your health and ain't worth his longevity. I heard his father talk about how the family depends on him financially and all that. Do what's best for your son. If it ain't the weight cut and they need a nutritionist and he making the weight healthy, then so be it. He can stick around there, but yeah, I would be surprised if we gave Jaron Ennis problems. Why, I don't think that's no surprise, bro. I don't think that's no surprise. You know, it ain't no surprise. I mean, he can punch. He a good fighter, and he pretty explosive too. And he got some good condition. Everything Robert's saying, is probably pretty much true. You know, you know, so probably pretty much true. So I wouldn't be surprised. You know, so if that's the case, that's the case. But people say the reference to the McKisson fight. Of course, McKisson slippery and made him. If McKisson could punch, we'll be talking about a totally different fight. So people see that what McKisson did, say, "Oh, if Jaron Ennis could do that, man, he'd be in some trouble." So of course, but he said he gonna keep coming, man. I heard Boots is a workhorse too. Boots is a workhorse too. So I mean, two dogs in there, but when you got two punches in there, all it takes is one punch. I seen Delorme kind of get his attention a little bit. So you get two offensive fighters and they're two young fighters who don't know fat meat greasy or fire hot. Shit, it can't be nothing but fireworks, bro. It can't be nothing but fireworks. For real, it can't be nothing but fireworks. Shit, for real, for real. So I believe him, down the stretch, down the home run stretch, and Vergil push him. But I wish the promoters hurry up and do it. What's the point to keep waiting? I understand they both want a world title. Should I strip one of Spencer Crawford just to make that shit happen? Strip both of them niggas, make that shit for undisputed. Should I with that? Hear Vergil say, "I'm ready for anybody," and all that. Man, I'm tired of this cliche bullshit. Go ahead and get in there and do it. That's where I'm at with it. Go ahead and get in there and do it. Shit. It's gonna be hell. They can do it a couple times, to be honest. We can do that shit a couple times. I'll buy it. I'll buy it in advance. Real talk, I'll buy that shit in advance. Shit. But yeah, I mean, shit, Robert ain't saying shit that I don't believe. This shit might be a 1-round fight either way. You never know. There's a lot of unknowns, even with the top fighters. A lot of unknowns, bro. Even with the top fighters, a lot of unknowns, man. These dudes ain't as battle tested as them dudes were. They was having 30, 40 something fights before they got a world title, bro. Think about that for a minute. They was having 30, 40 world fights before they got a world title. That's when the world title meant something. That's when it meant something. That's when it meant something. Now they giving world titles out like candy. They giving world titles out like candy now. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Why not? You know, shit. I know they say, Daddy gonna Turner gonna say this, Daddy's gonna say they ready, but Showtime, The Zone, Oscar De La Hoya, Steven Espinosa, Cameron Duncan, do they really want to do it? Is the $1,000,000 question. Is they really ready for the throwdown? So it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Press the button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We're gonna leverage our video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Cash App, Venmo, Twitch, PayPal. Hit the link tree. It's the first link in description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Peace.